Welcome to Maiden Mother Crone Tarot, where we hold sacred space for divine divergence. My name is Kayla, and I'll be your reader today. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading about your soul's whisper, what your soul wants you to remember. In these pick a card readings, I do it a little bit differently. I think we should incorporate all of the clairs. So I've taken inspiration from other channels. Thank you, Rosology, for Clairaudience. Thank you, Reem, for Spirit Pick-a-Pile, which I'll also use. But I'm going to integrate all of these practices into our readings. For pile 1, I have the Queen of Cups to represent the Maiden's energy. I have the Labradorite Lotus Crystal. We have Time. And we have this beautiful wildflower that actually has a bug in it. Okay. For pile number 2, we have the Queen of Pentacles with citrine, basil, and clover. And for pile number 4, we have the Queen of Swords with snowflake obsidian, garden sage, and this phenomenal mushroom that's growing in my garden. For Claire feeling, take a minute to get still. Close your eyes and tune into your body. Specifically your left shoulder, the center of your chest, and your right shoulder. As you're breathing, visualize each card in your head and pay special attention to any sensations you feel in your body. I will sometimes feel heavy inside of my body. I might feel tingles. I might feel a pain. I might feel a jolt of energy. It has a lot to do with the energy of the reading and the message of this particular pile. Sometimes you may feel sensations in multiple spots of your body, and that's just spirit letting you know that there is more than one message for you today. Trust your intuition, use discernment, and listen to your soul's whisper. I find sometimes that it feels like a compass in my body, almost like I'm being pulled to a specific location. If you feel that, trust it. Next, we're going to do Spirit. Please pick my pile. We'll see you there. Welcome back. We're going to do Spirit. Please pick my pile. Thank you, Reem, for the inspiration. For pile 1, we have the Magician. For pile 2, we have the High Priestess. And for pile 3, we have the Empress. I'm going to shuffle these cards. And whatever I feel like needs to come out, whenever I lose track of which one is which, just kind of move them around until something stands out to me. This one. All right, so we have the Magician. Let's show this to you guys. So Spirit chose pile 1, which is the Maiden's pile with the Queen of Cups. We'll see you there. Welcome, pile number 1, to your reading. For this pick a card reading today, we're going to discuss your soul's whisper, what your soul is longing for you to remember. You have the Queen of Cups, the Labradorite, Lotus, a Wildflower, and Time for your pile. I'm going to begin this reading with a blessing. By the light of the Maiden, I bless this reading. By the heart of the Mother, I bless this reading. And by the wisdom of the Crone, I bless this reading. Thank you, guys, and let's begin. First, I'm going to draw a card from this deck for the Maiden. Maiden, can you please illuminate for us what my dear pile number 1 soul is longing for them to hear, what they're whispering? What is it that my pile number 1 is needing to remember? Pull an oracle card for each of these archetypes as well. Dear Maiden, what is the best message to help illuminate what my pile number 1 soul longs for them to remember? Okay, so we got one on the table. We'll use it. Thank you so much, Maiden. Registered. Oh, there we go. This deck is for the Mother. I'm going to shuffle this deck off camera because of the artwork on the back of the card. So, Mother archetype, can you please tell us one card, please, Mother, for what my dear pile 1, what their soul wants them to remember. Okay, that wasn't one card, but that is. I'm going to pull one oracle card. Mother, one oracle card, please, for what my pile number 1 soul is whispering to them. What is pile number 1 soul whispering for them to remember, please? One card, please. And one card, please, Crone. One card, please, for what my pile number 1 soul is whispering, longing for them to remember. Okay. One card, please, for what my dear pile number 1 soul is whispering for them to remember. Okay, you didn't like that. I should have taken it right away. I'm sorry. All right. Let's begin. So the Maiden has given us the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is all about patiently waiting for the seeds to sprout for you to be able to harvest what you have planted. And we'll show you these cards as well. Your card is self-love. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. All right. The Mother provided us with the Five of Swords. Carnelian, energy, leadership, creativity. The Mother gave us the Nine of Cups. And card 16, masculine energy. All right, so what am I seeing here for my Maiden pile today? With the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like, I know that he's supposed to be patiently waiting, but he looks kind of bored in this image. That makes me feel like maybe it's been a long time since you took care of yourself, since you forgave yourself, with this self-forgiveness here. Then we have the Five of Swords. It represents disagreement, disputes, conflict, defeat, nobody winning. You know, when we have disagreements with others and there's no satisfied parties. That with the Carnelian, energy, leadership, creativity. I feel like the Mother is saying that your soul wants you to come up with a creative way to be the leader in a disagreement. And maybe it has to do with this forgiveness as well. And maybe this is actually, instead of being other people, this Five of Swords is representing the conflict you have within with your inner child or your inner teenager. They're both there. And it could also be your shadow. We could have the inner child and the shadow here. I think Spirit is encouraging you to really evaluate the way you've treated yourself, the seeds you've planted in your life. Are they seeds that'll help you grow? Are they seeds that'll help you heal? Are they seeds that'll help you integrate? Butterflies represent transformation. What have you planted in your life? How have you shown yourself self-love? And not just to yourself in this space now. How have you shown self-love to your inner child? What wounding there needs to be nurtured? Needs a hug? Needs to be rocked and reassured and validated? What part of your shadow needs forgiveness? Forgiveness is acceptance of the situation, right? It's not saying it's okay. It's acknowledging that the situation happened and that you're going to accept it so you can move on. How can you take healing energy, illuminate what it is that your soul is asking you to heal? What is your soul asking you? What new seeds do you need to plant? Do you need more self-compassion? Do you need more accountability? Do you need some alone time to actually dig deep and figure out what's going on? Because what you're doing here, your soul is saying, once you do this work, once you do this, you're going to reach the Nine of Cups. You're going to have contentment, comfort, tranquility, everything your heart has wished for. And I feel like the Crone is illuminating here with the sun, with this masculine energy, that you've been waiting too long. You need to do the work, because it will give you the drive that you need with this masculine energy, this action, to move forward with your life, to maintain this Nine of Cups, to maintain showing up for yourself, to maintain giving yourself self-love, to maintain this path of integration where you're looking at the wounding from your childhood, where you're looking at the things you're ashamed of, your shadow, the parts of your personality that you're not necessarily proud of. You're going to take that and you're going to heal it and you're going to integrate it. And how do we do that? How do we do that, right? Well, first we have to identify it. We have to go within. You can journal. That's a great activity. I feel like Spirit's saying just through showing yourself self-love. Write yourself a letter. I talk about this in my book. Write yourself a letter of compassion and think about it as if you are writing this letter to a friend, okay? If your friend was really going through something terrible, right? And you're trying to be compassionate, you're trying to be empathetic, you're trying to show up for them and not necessarily fix the problem, but just show up, hold space, and validate their feelings. How would you speak to them? That's how you need to write this self-compassion letter to you, to yourself. And I feel like it would be super great if you wrote it to yourself and your present experience in the now, how you were living your life right now. If you wrote it to a situation in your youth or your teenage years, or depending on your age, you could be older, so your early adult years, where you have some wounding that needs healing. So write multiple letters. Write one to your current self, one to that inner child or inner teenager or early 20-year-old who needs healing, who needs validation, and one to your shadow, to the thing that you're afraid to show to other people. And in the compassion letter, you don't have to fix the problem. You just have to open that channel of communication. And once you do, once you hold space and honor those pieces of yourself, the knowledge will come. It'll flow. And it'll be illuminated here. And you'll learn how to heal it creatively so that you can have this contentment. Wow, that's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Wow. You can also try, if you don't want to do the letter, if you don't want to journal, you can also do meditation. Meditation is phenomenal. It's actually how I healed most of my own inner pain that I didn't know that I was carrying around subconsciously. I started meditating to try to clear my mental space. There was too much. I just couldn't function anymore. I was having some autoimmune problems, some severe pain. My father has MS, my mother has arthritis, and some other issues going on. And I got to the point where I was having some symptoms similar, and I was like, I don't want to live this way, right? So I started meditating. I found Dr. Joe Dispenza's work and looked into some of the stories and decided I'd give it a try. And within a week, the pain in my feet, the numbness, the tingling was gone. The pain in my hand was gone. I have a habit of rubbing my feet in my bed when I go to sleep because they've always hurt. They don't hurt anymore, but I still rub my feet. So it's always a reminder to me to be really thankful for the power that we have in ourselves to heal ourselves. All that to say, when I meditated, it was originally for physical healing. But if you've ever meditated, as you know, as soon as I started, it unleashed everything. I actually started having additional physical ailments because of the suppressed emotions. But it was beautiful. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever experienced. To be able to unlock and access parts of my subconscious, parts of my body, opening up my crown chakra, my third eye. It was phenomenal, and I'm so thankful for that experience. Plus, meditation also has really great benefits for neurodivergent folk. What a beautiful reading. Sending love and light to anyone open to receive it. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. If you made it to the end, guys, drop a sword in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more readings like this. and let me know if it resonated with you. How are you planning on showing yourself more self-love, more self-forgiveness to heal these conflicts that you have inside? Your soul's ready. That's why this message came through. What's the next step for you? I want to know. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading today. We're discussing what your soul's whispering for you to remember. I want to point out first that while I was getting set up for your pile, my charm actually fell off of here and landed on the gold side. So I don't know if that's going to be significant at all, but we're going to begin by choosing one card from this deck, which is going to reflect what the Maiden is going to show us. Maiden, can you please give us one card to illuminate what my dear pile number 2 soul is whispering for them to hear? One card, please, for my pile number 2 soul. All right, so we have 7 of Cups. We'll do one oracle card, please, Maiden. Okay, that one came out first, so that's what we'll get. Thank you so much, Maiden. We're going to move on to the Mother archetype and see what she wants to come through. I am going to shuffle this deck off camera because of the back artwork on the card. It's against the YouTube rules. Mother, can you please give us one card to help us understand what pile number 2's soul is whispering for them to remember? What is pile number 2's soul whisper, please, Mother? This one. All right, we have the 4 of Pentacles. One oracle card, please, Mother, for what pile number 2's soul is whispering for them to remember. One, please. All right. Thank you so much, Mother. I really love this deck. I wish I didn't have to do this. It's going to make readings a bit more slow, but you know, maybe that's good. This is supposed to be an intentional channel, so. And then this is going to be the deck that represents the Crone's wisdom. Crone, can you please give us one card to help us illuminate and understand what pile number 2's soul is whispering for them to remember? One card, please, for pile number 2's soul whisper. All right, we got the Devil. Woo! One oracle card, please, Crone, to help us understand what pile number 2 soul wants them to remember. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's get started today. The Maiden gave us the 7 of Cups, which can represent a plethora of opportunities, or it can also represent illusions. You know, not all of the opportunities that you see or think are great may necessarily be great. And then we also got contentment. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. Oh, that's really beautiful. A tarot channel that I love to follow, Witch Inside. I actually just rebranded her other channel, and I haven't checked it out yet, but she was talking about it in her last reading, and it's called Rituals. And I'm super excited for it because it's talking about how when you approach life as if every moment of life, every now moment is sacred, your life becomes a ritual and your experience becomes a ritual, and it unlocks a level of access to spirit that we have yet to get. That's really also my goal here. I talked about it in my last reading about how I want to be super intentional with what I'm saying, with the readings that I'm doing, so that I can reach the right people with what they need to hear. And the right people are you, my dear ladies, with your neurodivergent brains. And I feel like this is super, super appropriate for our channel. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. You are already worthy. You don't need to change. You don't have to act like every other non-neurodivergent person. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. You're an expression of God. You're an expression of the divine. And when you honor that and can accept that it is already perfect and all of its imperfections, that's what makes it perfect, is the fractals separating all the different possibilities that every person has in this life. That's when we're resting in God. That's when we are embodying God. That's when we are unleashing our godhood. The Mother gave us the 4 Pentacles, which represents control and stability. It also represents if you're holding on to things too tightly, if you're guarding things, if you're worried about your security. But in this card, she looks super at peace. I mean, she almost looks like she's meditating here. And we also got the pine tree. Vitality, longevity, perseverance. Like what Spirit is saying is that your soul wants you to look through the illusions of what society is presenting as what you have to be. To honor that you're already enough. To go within and become secure. To ground in who you are. And when you do that, you'll unleash vitality, longevity. If you continue to persevere in expressing yourself authentically, then nothing can hold you down. Nothing can bind you. Nothing will ever make you feel this way again. When you rest in your own knowledge, when you trust that voice that's whispering to you, it's your soul. It's your soul. It loves you so much. It doesn't want you to be overwhelmed. It doesn't want you to be, right here, discernment. It doesn't want you to be stuck in illusion. It wants you to use your discernment to see through all of these illusions so that you can unlock contentment, become secure in who you are, understand that you, as a neurodivergent woman, have an energy level that nobody can match. When you unleash hyperfocus, look at this is crazy how this is coming out. Wow. When you unleash hyperfocus, that's the ability to focus on something for a long time, longevity. You can persevere because you're hyper-focused. Those aren't bad things. They're beautiful. They're phenomenal assets that you can use in every part of your life. You just have to learn with discernment here. Don't let those beautiful things also trap you. I know personally, I can get sucked into a project and then I won't drink water. I won't eat anything because I'm so zoned in. And that's not good for you either, right? We have to learn to rest in what we have and what we already are. Learn to balance. See through the illusion. This is not who you need to be. Go within. Meditate. Find your stability. Unlock everything that your soul's whispering for you to hear. Your card here with all of this, with the stream. Way off in the distance, it looks really small, but the closer and closer and closer it gets, it's flowing. Open up. Allow the information to come in. What is it that you're trying to change that you don't need to change? What is it that your soul wants you to use discernment on? What is it that you need to see? You need to illuminate so that you can burn these ropes of bondage that are holding you back from flying. Wow. Thank you, Spirit, for this message. Sending love and light to anyone that's open to receive. My thumb, when I was doing that, guys, it brushed over discernment. So I really, really, really think this is your primary message. Use discernment in what everyone's telling you to do. What everyone is trying to tell you to choose. You know, be content in what you have and who you are. Don't change just to make somebody happy, okay? All right, ladies, I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, comment below, drop a bird in the comments. I hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello, welcome pile number 3. If you chose the Queen of Swords, the Snowflake Obsidian, or Sage and the Mushroom, this is your pile. Thank you so much for joining me today as we discuss with Spirit, what does your soul want you to remember? What is it whispering for you to hear? First, we're going to pull a card from the Maiden's deck. In my practice, I like to dedicate decks to spiritual energies and archetypes that I work with. I feel like I get a lot of clarity that way. So this is the deck I've dedicated to the Maiden. Maiden, can you please give us one card to help us understand what dear pile number 3 soul wants them to hear? What is pile number 3 soul whispering for them to hear today, please? All right, so we have the 5 of Swords. One oracle card, please, Maiden, to help us understand what pile number 3 soul is whispering for them to hear. Okay, so this one. And guys, I'm going to shuffle deck number 2 off camera because the back cover artwork is not allowed on YouTube. This deck is for the Mother spiritual archetype. Mother, can you please give us one card? One card, please, to help us understand what dear pile number 3 soul is whispering for them to hear. What is the message from my dear pile 3 soul? Okay. So we have Justice. 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. One oracle card, please, for what my dear pile number 3 soul is whispering for them to hear. Whispers from soul for pile 3. Please, Mother. Okay. I got Spring. All right, and then for pile number 3, this will be representing the Crone archetype, which is also where your deck's significator card is from. Oh my, we made a mess over there. I think I'm gonna leave it, but I'm gonna blow out the candle. All right, there's a message there for somebody. It's time to stop something, release something, okay? Maybe we'll be shown in this, but wow. Okay, I didn't put this back. So let's do that. We might be doing some wax reading in this one. Unintentionally, for sure. Okay, back to shuffling. We're on to Crone. Okay. Crone, can you please give us one card, please, that will help us understand what dear pile number 3's soul is whispering? All right, so we got the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay. One oracle card, please, Crone, for what pile number 3's soul is whispering. One card, please. Feminine energy. And that is, I say interesting too much. Sorry, you guys, but pile number 2 had your divine counterpart, if you're interested in checking it out. Okay. Let's get started. 5 of Swords also came out in pile number 2, so maybe that is something you definitely need to check out. Okay. So we have from the Maiden, the 5 of Swords, which is conflict, disputes, no one winning. We see these people walking away, and, you know, your oracle card from the Maiden was feelings. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. Ooh. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you. Feeling them fully so they no longer hold me captive. Ay, that's so gorgeous. Okay, the candle's making some sense now. You need to release these emotions. You need to feel them and release them. I talked about this in my last collective reading. If you want to check it out, I'll put it up there. I'm going to read through all the cards and then I'll kind of get into everything. Look at that, guys. The mother. There are mushrooms in the mother and we have a mushroom. Wow. Okay. Synchronicities. So you have justice from the mother. You know, justice is fairness, consequences and accountability, the strength that you have in your honesty and standing up for what's right, defending what's right. We have spring. Rebuilding, awakening, rebirth. Rebuilding, awakening, and rebirth. Rebuilding, awakening, and rebirth. Okay, guys, there's something about 3 here for you guys. For me personally, 3s are big. I do a lot of my stuff in 3s. It's just how my soul speaks. And I really felt like I needed to say that 3 times. So maybe this message is really important over the course of the next 3 months. We're still in spring, so maybe spring and summer. The rest of spring and to the middle of summer. And then we got the Page of Wands in reverse. The Page of Wands is about discovery, imagination. In reverse, that's kind of like what is being suppressed, which is obviously our feelings here. Maybe you're, imagination in reverse. Stuck. You're stuck. You can't come up with a solution. This right here, for some reason, I just got the image of a snake or a dragon, so that might be significant to somebody. We have the snake here as well. Snakes are all about shedding skin, healing. And then we have feminine energy, number 17. So we have a 5, 11, and a 17. 17 breaks down to 8. 11 breaks down to 2. 11 is actually my life path, or 2. So when I was looking at the wax, it came down, right? And it looked like it was coming down a mountain and turning into the stream. And I saw it more as water, but now that it's hardened, it reminds me of like a volcano. When we don't allow ourselves to feel our emotions, you bottle it up, especially as neurodivergents where we lack emotional regulation. If you don't allow yourself to be angry, allow yourself to be sad, allow yourself to be melancholy even, it gets bottled up in our bodies. It's stored in our muscles. It's stored in our energy. And it eventually overflows, right? If it's a volcano, it erupts. Personally, I've dealt with that a lot with anger, explosive anger. And what I've come to understand with my anger is it's when I'm overstimulated, when I don't feel safe. That's when it normally comes up. Those are the triggers for me. And I've had to learn that it's okay, even if I'm 32 years old, to cover my ears, to reduce the amount of noise coming in. It's okay to close my eyes and put my head in my lap. And it's okay to hum to myself and rock until I can calm down. It's okay to surrender to what I'm feeling And it doesn't matter if it causes conflicts with others, if they're uncomfortable seeing me feel that way, because it's how I'm feeling, and I'm going to honor it, and I'm going to hold space for myself until I feel safe again. We have the opportunity here with fairness, with spring, with this awakening and rebirth, to step into a new path in our lives where we are fair to ourselves, fair to our emotions. We're spiritual beings in a human body, but we have to be fair to our body. Because if we don't feel those emotions, it punishes our body, it stores them. It leaves our body in this state of despair, in this state of pain. You have a chance to rebuild the way you've been honoring your body. Rebuild your feminine energy. Ooh, okay. To awaken to your feminine energy. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they can no longer hold me captive. If you want to get out of this being stuck, if you want to be able to move forward, to be able to step into this spring state, I really do think you need to listen to pile 2, you guys, but you have to feel your emotions and feeling them fully. But that's not the entire process. We identify what they are. We allow them to stay. We're conscious observers of them. We're also consciously experiencing them, right? If you're really feeling your emotions, you're letting them there. You're not like pushing them off. You're saying, I see you. I'm going to hold space for you. You can feel this for now. You're safe to feel this. But then you have to release the feeling. You don't stay in that feeling. You don't hold on to it. I found a wonderful practice when I was doing some work with a therapist, was to just do really, really, really short journal prompts. Not like, and it was in my phone, because you always have your phone, right? So just putting it in the notes section of my phone, the keep notes section of my phone, and answering one question. Or if I felt like it, it could lead to more questions. But just that practice of everything that honestly, I was working through a lot of resentment. All of the resentment that I had stored in my heart across the 10 years of my marriage that I didn't say. And still, some of it I still haven't said to my husband, because it's not his fault. The resentment that we carry is not someone else's fault. It's our fault. It's a mirror of what we wish we had, and that's why we're resentful. I wish I had the freedom to go out and do things, but because of my conditioning, because of society's conditioning in my life, I felt that as a mother, I had to always take care of my kids. I couldn't just go off and have a good time. I couldn't just drop everything and, spend 2 hours doing a hobby that I enjoyed on the weekends. It wasn't his fault that I felt that way. That was my own mental limiting beliefs. But I had to learn to let that go. And the healing that came for me when I was able to journal, it sounded like poetry. It wasn't poetry, but that's the way it came out. Because we feel so deeply. But as soon as I typed it and read it back to myself, I felt the pain go away. It was beautiful. And I just did it over and over and over and over again. And each time I felt lighter and lighter and lighter until it was gone. You really have to feel these feelings, okay? You're safe to feel these feelings. You're safe to explore what needs to be explored. You're safe to receive the healing that your soul is whispering for you to receive. And only you can give yourself this healing, but only you can receive this healing as well. You have to nurture yourself You have to be gentle, kind, hold space, be safe. Be safe for yourself. It's okay to be mad. Grab a pillow and scream as loud as you can. Go in the middle of the woods and scream as loud as you can. Drive in the middle of nowhere. Get it out. Get it out. Go to a rage room. Get it out. Don't hold it in. If it's feelings of inadequacy, every morning when you wake up, say one thing that you love about yourself. Every night before you go to sleep, say one thing that you love about yourself. I did this, and I can't tell you how different my mental space became. Your soul is whispering, it's time for you to bloom. But to do that, you have to crack the egg. You have to crack what you've had trapped inside your body, stored inside your body. You have to feel it. You have to surrender. A coworker that I have, love her dearly. She's a very conscious soul. Helps me keep from storing emotions in my body. Anytime there's something, uncomfortable going on at work, her thing was she would, like grab her trash can and just act like she's vomiting all the nastiness out in the trash can. And I've done it a few times and it works. Like if you're at work and you need, go to the bathroom and vomit it out, okay? I'm not encouraging you to actually vomit. Pretend that you're vomiting the energy out, okay? Taking her lead, one thing that I really like to do now is when I feel, because you can feel it, guys. You can feel it in your body when I get really stressed out, really angry, really tense, really nervous about something. Depending on what it is, like I will literally put my head down, let my arms hang and just shake my arms out, like shake it out, shake out the emotion, shake it out. And then I'll like shake my face, shake it out. It helps. It really does. And you might feel silly, your family might think you're crazy, but what's more important here? Standing up for yourself, healing yourself, relieving yourself of all of this energetic heaviness, the weight of this, or appeasing someone else. Your soul's whispering, it's time to heal. It's time to bloom. It's time to rest and receive. And if you don't, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to blow up, okay? So please do this. Love you. Sending love and light to all that are open to receive it. Thank you for being here today. Drop a flame in the comments. See you next time.